ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ Guru Pyari Saad Sangat Ji. This world faces so many difficulties. We look towards higher powers, emperors, presidents, kings to aid us in difficult times. These epidemics, pandemics, global diseases, they've happened throughout history as well. Tan Tan Shri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Sache Paatshah, they faced this great disease, this epidemic of smallpox. We can relate it to today because even during that time, whenever people were under famine, there wasn't enough water or food, or when a foreign invader would be attacking, then the government or the emperors, they would be able to help. But in the face of smallpox or cholera, the emperor Aurangzeb or any of the other kings like Raja Jai Singh, they all were powerless. So we can think it to be like this, that even today we're facing difficulties, yet the governments might not be able to do as much as we expect. All the financial systems that we place our hopes on, they're all bursting. So it kind of feels like that everything we placed our hopes on, things that structure our life, they're kind of falling down around us. But Pyareo, Tan Tan Shri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Sache Paatshah, let's look into their life, how Guru Sahib, they are the savior with kindness. They are the person that whom you look at, and just by having their vision, just by having their darshan, all the pains of your life go away. Sri Harkrishan te aiye, jis dithe sab dukh jaye. All the pains go away. One aspect of their life that I do want to highlight before is Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah. They're not only the liberator from physical diseases, mental diseases, but Pyareo, the disease that is the root of all diseases, Home Dirag Rog Hai Daru Piyas Mahe, Kripa Kare Je Apni Ta Gur Ka Sabd Kamahe. They give you the Guru's Shabad, they give you God's name, and they liberate you. They destroy this ego from inside of you, which ultimately removes all other pains, mental, physical, natural, all these pains go away. So ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਵੱਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਝਾਤੀ ਮਾਰੀਏ, when we look into the life, the examples of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah, they are not only helping with physical diseases, but they're also giving this sense of hope. People are fearing uncertain times. They're fearing tyrant governments. They're fearing the emperor. They're fearing physical illnesses. Everybody's panicking. Everybody's scared. Nobody knows what to do. In that moment, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah does not only help get rid of all those physical aspects, but just by having their darshan, it gives a sense of hope and relief. It gives this sense of blossoming inside of everybody's hearts, where all of these other pains, they don't mean anything anymore. One aspect before we discussed the travel of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah, when they travel towards Delhi to fight these battles. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah, Pyareo, they're 5 years old. 5 years old. And in the city of Kirtpur Sahib, Pyareo, there was a leper. This leper, nobody would touch, everybody would look down upon. And when he came into the Sangat of Sri Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah, Sri Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah went up to him with this beautiful gaze, looked deep down into his eyes, because Pyareo, Guru is Antarjami, Guru is the inner knower of all hearts, knows all the pains. They're able to eradicate all of these diseases, Sarbarokh ka sarb rog ka aukhad naam. They could destroy all of these pains, all diseases, all illnesses with God's name. They look at this person deep in their eyes. Everybody says, oh no, child guru, Bal guru, oh 5-year-old guru, don't go near this person. Do not touch this person. Pyareo Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they take their hand, they put it on top of his head. This person had come with such humility, and anybody, no matter what difficult phase you are in your life, once you give yourself to Guru Sahib Sache Pacha, Pyareo, Sachi Galya Andron Baro, inside and out, Guru Sahib liberates you. Now somebody might say this, how is this possible? How can this work? Pyareo, a word has energy. The environment that you live in, that makes a difference. Some people are even saying, certain radiations, these are causing diseases. Some people might be saying something else. But Naam, and especially Waheguru, the creator on this world themselves, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they have this beautiful, liberating, divine radiance about them that can remove everything. They touch their hand, they put their hand on top of their leper's head, and they tell him to recite God's name. And with this recitation of God's name, in that moment, his leprosy did not go away, but inside of his heart, there was no pain, there was none of that fear or that anxiety that was in his mind before, where what will people think of me? Is this what I'm meant to be? Why is my life like this? All of these doubts, they all were dispelled. Sachi Galya Pyareo. And with that being dispelled, inside of him, God's name was radiating. He would go where he would sit before, where nobody would go close to him, and he would continue connecting in this divine love. And as he was connecting in this pyar, in this love, in recitation of God's name, that God's name inside of him, it took over his physical illnesses, maybe destroyed his karams or certain accounts that he had to go through. All of that dispelled, and he was cured of leprosy as well, just by God's name. That's why what we mean is Sarab Rog Ka Aukhad Naam. Now, Pyareo Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, when we touch on the previous history of their father Guru Har Rai Sahib Sache Pacha, they sent their son, the elder son, Ram Rai, to Delhi to go and meet Aurangzeb, who was the emperor. And when the story goes that he changed Gurbani, instead of saying Mitti Musalman ki, he said Mitti Baiman. He changed Gurbani. Guru Har Rai Sahib Sache Pacha says, I don't want to see you anymore, because whoever changes the word of God, Pyareo, that person can't be trusted. And taan karke, for that reason, Ram Rai stayed in Delhi after that point. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji, this younger son, they were made Guru Sahib. And truly the light of God radiated through their being, their personality. Now Ram Rai was jealous. Even though he had powers, he knew that Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, their younger brother, was much powerful than. When word spread about the glory of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, Ram Rai, sitting in the court of Aurangzeb, he said to everybody that we should invite Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha here. Aurangzeb said, why would we need to invite him? You've already showed me hundreds of miracles. You've already showed me all of these things. So then what purpose would I give them? Ram Rai said that, yes, it's true. There's two ways that you can invite my brother. Number one is that you say it with demand, but that can cause a reaction from there. And we all know that Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, their words come true. Whatever they do, whatever they say, it becomes true. So that's why we don't want to do that. And on the other side, what you can do is you can humbly request him to come and give this divine presence to you, so you can meet him as well, so he can help all of us here in Delhi. And Ram Rai, he was full of jealousy. What he actually wanted, he wanted the glory of his younger brother, Sri Harkrishan Sahib, to actually go away, because he knew that Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha was not allowed to come and meet Aurangzeb. He was given that word by his father that do not go and meet Aurangzeb. And if I get him to come here and if they meet, then his credibility will be lost. And then when his credibility is lost, people are not going to see him as following the father's footsteps. So therefore, people will start flocking to me and I will be able to claim Guruship. I will be able to become the leader and ruler. He was full of this desire and this jealousy. And Aurangzeb picked up on it. Because Aurangzeb knew that he's just full of jealousy. He wants to attack his brother, because wherever there is a conflict between brothers, there is jealousy and there is hatred bound to happen. And Aurangzeb knew, because he himself had done this. He himself killed 3 of his brothers. He had killed Dara Sikho. He had this jealousy and this hatred towards his own family and father, so he can become emperor. So he was very well aware of what Ram Rai was doing. And in that court, there was the king of Jaipur. His name was Raja Jai Singh. And he said to Aurangzeb that it would be so beautiful. He had heard the praise of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha. And he said that it would be so amazing if we could invite him here. Yes, we should ask him humbly. Aurangzeb said, you are the right person to go and ask. Let's do this. Offer beautiful presents from my end. Send bags of gold. And humbly go and request Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha to come into Delhi. Raja Jai Singh did that. He sent a messenger to Kirtpur Sahib, where Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha was there. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, in the lap of their mother, Mata Kishan Kaur, they had never left Kirtpur Sahib before, physically in their life as a child. But in this area, everybody was absolutely in bliss, singing God's praises. That's what the city is named after, Kirtpur, the city of praise, of singing praise. Everybody was imbued in Kirtan. And when this messenger arrived, he said that the emperor in Delhi, the king Raja Jai Singh, and the emperor Aurangzeb, they request your presence. They want to have this darshan of yours. They want to see you, they want to meet you, and it's heard that whoever sees you, all pains of their life go away. Jis ditthe sab dukh jaye. So they request you humbly to come. And Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha said to him that, no, I've been given this word. I'm going to live by this. I'm determined to never meet Aurangzeb. I'm told to never go into the presence of this sinner. I'm told to never go and meet Aurangzeb. He is wicked in his tactics. He's been attacking Guru Sahibs, our fathers, prior to this. Therefore, I won't go into this presence. I will not meet him and I will not allow him to meet me. Days pass by and this messenger is pleading again. He's fallen in love with this beautiful environment in Sri Kirtpur Sahib. And truly, when he begs again and again, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, the inner knower of all hearts, they know this true intention of Raja Jai Singh. So they say that they do want to go and meet him, because all the devotees, all the people that are in Delhi at that time, they are wanting to meet. They are pleading, they're crying daily, because at that time there are great infections, great diseases affecting people. People are living in fear under the tyrant rulers. People are affected financially, fear of life, through all of these different aspects, physically, mentally, and especially spiritually. They're feeling like they're in such a dark place that they have no escape. And when they hear the praises of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they long for this darshan, they long for the vision, they long to meet the Guru Sahib. And it's this longing, it's this true love that even Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha does not turn away. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha they agree and they say, we'll go. When the mother, Mata Kishan Kaur Ji, hears, they say, what? Why are they going? All the counselors, all the viziers, everybody around, the sevadars around Guru Sahib, they say, Guru Sahib, why are you going to Delhi? They say, no, I'm not going to be meeting Aurangzeb, but I'm going to be going there, because if I turn down his offer, then there is the option that he's going to get angry and he might attack Kiratpur Sahib. If I don't go to Delhi, but this way I go to Delhi, I'm not going to meet him, but as well I'm also going to be able to help all of those people around that area. Everybody is stunned by the wisdom of Guru Sahib. Guru Sahib, they gather, and the word, they prepare, the word reaches Raja Jai Singh. He's super excited, he's happy, he's looking forward to seeing, but days pass by and Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha is still preparing for their journey, and they're about to go. The messenger is saying that let's go. Raja Jai Singh is very impatient. When they set out on this travel, they go to different places. They go out to a place near Ambala, about 2.5 miles outside of Ambala, which is on the way towards Delhi. And there's camp set out. There are many Sangatan that are traveling from Kashmir, Jammu, all of these other places across the land. And they're here because Vaisakhi time is about to happen. They're coming close just so they can have the darshan of Guru Sahib. When they hear Guru Sahib is not going to be there, they all chase and they all come towards where Guru Sahib is. Guru Sahib Sache Pacha, they set up darbar and they're meeting all of these Sangatan. Guru Sahib Sache Pacha has beautiful decorations in their darbar. All the Sangatan are pleading with their different pains of their life, and Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, just by blessing them with their grace, by them seeing the beautiful face, the beautiful light shining in Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha's face, all the pains and anxieties, doubts, everything is dispelled. Sachi gal ya pyareo, the truth is, when you truly are blessed with this vision inside of your heart, do not think that Guru Sahib was back then and they are now not now. You can vision Guru Sahib, you can experience Guru Sahib right in front of you, and Sachi Galya, the truth is, all of these pains will go away. And when Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha is passing all of these blessings to the people, in that area, the story that we know, there was that one Pandit whose name was Lal Chand. I'm not going to go into too much of it, but I'll mention that he was full of jealousy and ego. He was so proud of him being a Brahman. He was so proud of him being smart, of his knowledge. These two things Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha said that they are completely blocking him out from seeing any bit of the radiance of God. He's plunged into a dark place. When Pandit Lal Chand comes in front of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha and says that the great beings of the past, the great avatars of the past of Ram and Krishna, they existed, they wrote the Gita, they recited the Gita, and you have named yourself even a bigger name than them. He was Krishna and you were Harkrishan. You cannot, you're just a child. What do you know about the Gitas? I challenge you to explain the meanings of all of the Gita, the divine message of the Gita. And Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they knew inner know of all hearts. Just like with their vision, they are able to dispel, but sometimes with the ignorance of our mind, we're not able to see. We haven't even gotten to the epidemics and the smallpox yet, Pyareo. Just the ego inside of his heart, all of that is dispelled. When Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they know that I can recite the meanings, but that's not going to remove his ego. So they say, this is something that's so simple. You might think that I was the son of a guru and that I had great teachings and great schooling, therefore I know, but why don't you bring anybody can recite the divine meaning of the Gita. And this Pandit, he says, sure, I'll challenge him. He goes into the city, he grabs a poor person, he grabs him by the arm, drags him. This person was mute, he was illiterate, he did not know how to speak, he could not read. And when he came and he was stunned, he said, Guru Sahib, I will not be able to complete the challenge of this person. And Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they bless him, they put their hand on top of his head, and this person goes into samadhi. Everybody watching, they see his eyes are completely drenched in this love now. He's gone into a state of samadhi. He's closed his eyes. He's in a different place now. He's not that same person, Chajju Ram, anymore. That person whose name was Chajju Ram is not Chajju Ram anymore. He's been blessed. His being is in a different state of mind. He is something else now. His shackles of ignorance are all destroyed. And when he recites God's name, this person puts his hands together and recites such divine meaning, such great meanings that even Pandit Lal Chand was shocked to hear. After hearing this, he fell at the feet of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, was blessed with their Charna Amrit, begged for blessings. And Pyaro, this same Pandit Lal Chand later on took Amrit from Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha. He became Pandit Lal Singh and he became Shaheed in Chamkaur di Gadi alongside Sahibzada Baba Jeet Singh Ji. Pyaro, look at the blessings of Guru Sahib. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, the messengers pleading, Raja Jai Singh is sending messages. Why is it taking so long to come to Delhi? People here are suffering. I am suffering. So Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they speed up their journey. They're saying everything is in God's wills. When something is going to happen, it will happen. Instead of worrying and living in anxiety, just live in bliss. So Pyareo, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha arrives at Delhi. They remind Raja Jai Singh of their conditions, that I will not meet Aurangzeb, I'm here to meet you. They go in. Raja Jai Singh is blessed. He truly becomes a devotee. Now everybody alongside, when they're entering Delhi, everybody is there and they're lined up along the road to have this beautiful darshan of Guru Sahib. And Guru Sahib is coming. Everyone, just by seeing them, they're blessed with the darshan. When they go into the darbar of Raja Jai Singh, everybody in the city, they're flocking to see the beautiful darshan. And this is burning Ram Rai even more. He was expecting his younger brother to come and break his vows, and now he was going to lose credibility, but instead he's only gaining popularity. People are flocking to him even more, and everybody is now talking about how I showed my jealousy, how I expressed my jealousy, so I'm actually losing popularity. Even Aurangzeb, he requested, he said, can I get the beautiful darshan of Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha? And Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they were adamant and they said, no, you will not get darshan. You are a tyrant, you are an oppressor. Like, I will not give darshan to somebody like you. They try in different ways. Even Raja Jai Singh, when they're delivering these messages to the emperor is astounded by the amazing wisdom and the knowledge and the courage and determination of this young child Guru. And they truly were wonderstruck. Pyareo, at that time, as we know, there was a viral infection or a disease that was going around through contaminated water, through other illnesses going around. People were affected by cholera, which in Punjabi we know as dust. This, which is a form of diarrhea which we can think of, where everybody is struggling from stomach infections. They are losing the strength of their body and they're suffering. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, just like their father Guru Har Rai Sahib Sache Pacha, they were well known and well versed in the skill or the art of herbal medicine, of natural medicine. They went and grabbed these plants, they made these medicines and they distributed them all across Delhi. And then alongside this, they took water and they blessed it with their toe. When their foot touched it, that became the form of Amrit, which we know as Charna Amrit. When the citizens of Delhi would drink that, all of their physical illnesses would go away. When Raja Jai Singh was seeing this, that Guru Sahib Sache Pacha, their name, their being has the ability through this art of their medicine, and then this nectar, this sanctified water that they're blessing everyone. All of these diseases are going away. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha told Raja Jai Singh to build a sarovar, to build a well. They pulled out a well. They built a sarovar, and this sarovar and this well became known to cure all of these illnesses. Pyareo, these places, when you go to Delhi, everybody goes for tourism, but actually learn the history of these historical sites like Bangla Sahib and these places. So when you go there, you can actually truly experience what the divine message, and you can experience the vision of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha there. Through this well and through this sarovar, Pyareo, everybody is being cured, everybody is being blessed. And these are things that Aurangzeb, Emperor, Raja Jai Singh, they were unable to do, no matter how much wealth that they had, no matter how great their army was. It was impossible to cure epidemics, pandemics like this, diseases. And Pyareo, we might be thinking today's day that the world is going through this, and no matter how strong we thought we are, the greatest, richest people, they're affected by this. Sachi Galya, there will come a time, these are the words of Mahampurkhs, when all of this money that you give value to, all of this wealth and all of these false people that you put your faith in, all of that will crumble into dust. And the only thing that will be valuable to you is the recitation of God's name, the amount of respect and the how well versed you are in Shastra Vidya according to the hukams of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha, and the amount of Gurbani that you have memorized, Pyareo. Only your righteousness, only your compassion, only these right virtues will come of value to you. So Pyareo, let's focus back on this story. When we look at this blessing that Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji is blessing all across, even Aurangzeb, they asked again, can I get your darshan? They're adamant. They say, what can I do? In which way can I receive their darshan? Pyareo, Aurangzeb decided, I will not be able to meet them, so they sent their son. They sent a prince. And when this prince goes, and when he meets Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, he says, my father really wants to meet you. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they recite this Shabad, and they say that if he reads the Shabad, kya paida hai, kya khada jaye, kya khada hai, kya paida jaye, what's the purpose of eating all of these things and wearing all of these beautiful clothes if you're not even able to become a true person, if you're not even Satya? They said, recite the Shabad. Tell Aurangzeb, and if he recites it with true love, and if he immerses himself into it, he will find salvation, he will find liberation as well through the Shabad. But we know that Aurangzeb didn't stop becoming a tyrant, and the history and the events that led to the battles with Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha. So Pyareo, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha even gave Aurangzeb chances then, trying to liberate everyone. After cholera, the second phase went all across Delhi and smallpox emerged. This was a viral infection, a viral disease that people were suffering, that they were filled with blisters, they were in pain. It was to the extent that people were not able to think about anything else, and the only thing in their mind was to survive. But look at Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they're out there on the front lines, just like we see the Gursikhs of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha today. They're out on the front lines, they're battling, they're serving food, not looking at their own risk. This is why, Pyareo, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they go out. People are saying, do not go near these people. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they look deep into the eyes of these citizens of Delhi that are in the midst of this life or death. They don't know if they're going to live or die, and they're just stuck in suffering. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha is not only blessing them with cures they're not only blessing them with the ability to further become healthier and to minimize, the difficulties and the pain that they're feeling, but they're giving them hope. Some of them are not being cured physically, but inside of them, when they see the darshan of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, what's happening is they're leaving their bodies in complete bliss. The pain does not matter to them anymore. They're going towards better places. They're in a different place. The suffering of their pain leaves. They even told Raja Jai Singh, they told the citizens that his body is dust. Do not place hope on it. Whatever is happening, it is within Akal Purkh's hukum. It is within the will of God. That's what we work towards. And even they told Aurangzeb that I'm not meeting you if I'm about to meet you, or this and that. Do not put your hopes in all of these things. Just live in the will of God. Live in the will of Allah, of Akal Purkh, of Ram. So this is why, Pyareo, they were continued spending their days in Delhi, helping all of these people. But as they were doing this, Pyareo, Ram Rai, he was full of jealousy, full of anger. He went, and in the midst of this court, when even Aurangzeb was praising Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha for doing the things that we weren't able to do, he was so full of jealousy. He got up in that court and he said, my brother will die of smallpox. He will get this disease. And he said all of these foul things towards Guru Sahib. Aurangzeb knew that he had just expressed his anger and jealousy. It came out, but he also thought that he had just cursed Guru Sahib. Now, Pyareo, keep this in mind before I continue, that there's no person in this entire world that can curse Guru Sahib. No effect will be played upon the power of Guru Sahib. They have no effect. The words of Ram Rai have absolutely no effect upon Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, and they mean nothing. But Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they are the inner knower of all hearts. They knew that when it's time for them to leave their body, and they also knew that some people were known that Guru Nanak Dev Ji's word, the name of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha, was recited by Ram Rai. Ram Rai was a devotee of Guru Nanak Dev Ji because he claimed to be part of their lineage. And he said that, I recite God's name. And Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha did not, from one angle, did not want people to think that Ram Rai and his words became false and him reciting Guru Nanak Dev Ji's name meant nothing. But Pyareo, it had no true effect. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha knew this angle, knew this aspect as well, but then they also knew that from one angle, that when life comes to an end, along with it comes death. The goal of life is not just to live forever and attain these luxuries. When the time comes to leave their body, even if it's because of this illness, so be it. The true blissfulness, the true liberation is not of this physical diseases, it's of the internal disease of Homme. And if that is lost, if the Homme is lost, the ignorance is lost, then all of these other things are lost because of it. But if the physical diseases or all these other pains go away, and we're eating great, and we're wearing great clothes, and we have people following us like Aurangzeb had, then that means nothing, because at the end you're still suffering. You're suffering in this separation without even realizing it. So Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, the form of God, they knew everything. Pyareo, even because of this, there was a time prior to this. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji was Antarjami, the inner knower of all hearts, and Aurangzeb even challenged Raja Jai Singh, have you ever tested the Guru, or are you just following him faithlessly? With blind faith? And he said that, no, I've never tested him. I thought it would be rude. He said, test him. So he went to figure out a way, how can we test Guru Sahib? And when these thoughts were going through the mind of of Raja Jai Singh, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha thought that he was blessed with so much Amrit, blessed with so many things, and now he's turned his face to it and he's going towards these toxic, poisonous thoughts. He's drinking poison now. Why is he wanting to do tark? Why is he trying to doubt Guru Sahib? There's no place between the relationship between a Sikh and a Guru of doubt. You cannot doubt the Guru. There's no logic that you can place upon Guru that Guru Sahib must fit into these boxes. Pyare Guru Sahib is above our own logic, above our own thinking. They're beyond all of these things. They're the creator of the world. How can we try to fit them into our mindset of how we perceive the world? Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah Ji, they knew, but they knew that they needed to liberate him from this toxic cycle of thoughts so that he could become free. Raja Jai Singh agreed with his wife that the Guru Sahib would have to guess who the real queen is. I'm cutting this story short. He would have to guess who the real queen is, so they dressed a whole bunch of queens or a whole bunch of slaves as queens. And then the higher queen, the queen, she was dressed up as a dasi, as a slave, and she sat in the corner. When Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah came in, they had a stick and they went and tapped each queen and they said, "You're not the queen, you're not the queen, you're not the queen." Just like a child goes and plays, they said, "You're not the queen, you're not the queen, you're not the queen." And when they went through everyone, they said, "None of you guys are the queens." And when they went and walked all the way to the back towards a slave who was looking down and had her eyes covered, he goes up to her and he says that, "Why is someone with such a beautiful heart wearing such clothes? Because you should be wearing these beautiful clothes. You are the queen." And they went and sat in their lap. Everybody was astounded, and the queen grabbed Guru Sahib's feet and said, "Please forgive me, bless me." And Guru Sahib Sache Paatshah at the time, they said that because you have doubted the Guru, you have put this doubt in your mind, why did you think this way? Therefore, you're not going to have a child now. Why did you take on this karma? And the queen was astounded. She begged for blessings. Raja Jai Singh, he begged for blessings as well. And he said, "Forgive us. We did not know. We were clouded by these thoughts and the opinions and the commands of other people. Forgive us." Guru Sahib Sache Paatshah, they are full of compassion and they forgive them. And they say that your lineage will continue. But because you made this test done by the queen, the king is not going to rule anymore. The queens are going to rule your land in the future, many in generations to come. So Pyaro, these are the words said to Raja Jai Singh. But Pyaro, Raja Jai Singh at that time, he took the Charna Amrit. He was blessed by the Amrit of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah, and he became a devoted Sikh at that time. He was blessed. But Pyaro, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah knew that he was going to, at this point, go and tell everybody that Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah has shown me miracles. And therefore, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah said that it's time to look elsewhere. In their mind, they say that it's time for me to leave. It's time for me to leave this body of mine, this physical form, and go into my true form of omnipresent creator that's omnipresent throughout this world, formless God. They tell everybody to not stay there anymore in Delhi and now camp outside the city. And when they go towards the outskirts, at that place, they camped, they sat down. Over these days, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji, through all of these political things that were happening between Aurangzeb and Raja Jai Singh and Ram Rai, and despite them going out and continuously helping, serving a langar and this beautiful nectar that was being passed around, the Charna Amrit was removing diseases, and the blessings that they were spreading across everybody. Despite all of this, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah, one day they accumulated a fever while they were sitting inside of Sangat. They were sitting in the Sangat listening to Kirtan. When they returned back after serving all of Delhi, they accumulated a fever and they laid down. When word spread to Raja Jai Singh that Guru Sahib had moved to outside the city, they came outside and they said, Guru Sahib, why have you moved away? When they walked into the room of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they lifted the white chadar, they lifted the white cloth over Guru Sahib's face, and they asked that, why are you not sitting in the Sangat? Why are you not sitting in your court? Why are you laying here with a white cloth over yourself? And Sri Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha said that, look, Raja Jai Singh, life and death, this is something that has an end. It's a cycle. Any form of God that's come into this world, even the greatest people that people believe in, if you look at Ram, this body has its consequences and its pains and pleasures associated with it. The pains and pleasures are only associated with the body, and they will continue to be associated with the body. But the true being in the soul is not limited to this, it's much beyond this. They say that even Ramchandra had to go 14 years into the jungles. Even Krishna had to watch his entire generation be wiped out. There are pains and mental pains associated with this body. Do not associate that with what true salvation, what true liberation, what true love with God is. They told him to recite God's name. They told him to detach from the world. Pyareo Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they stayed there for 24 hours. After 24 hours, their fever escalated and remained. Mata Kishan Kaur Ji, they continued to feel more anxious and wondering what will happen all across the land of Delhi. The Sikhs that were there in the room with Raja Jai Singh, they saw glimpses of smallpox on Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, and everybody thought that what's going to happen? Who's going to be the next Guru? We can't accept Ram Rai as the next Guru. But Pyare Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha is here thinking that it's time for me to go and to teach everybody of what it means to live in God's will. Raja Jai Singh is asking him, they're saying, Guru Sahib, you are the person that's liberating. You liberated by seeing you, by seeing you, people's diseases were lost. People were forgiven. People were going into bliss. People lost their smallpox and, cholera. They lost these diseases, but how can you accumulate it? Won't people doubt it? And they said they may or may not doubt it, but they don't understand. It's not about being liberated from this, is about liberating yourself from these vices and homme. Go and experience the divine bliss. The truth is living inside of this parna. And if I go and just liberate everyone from all of these things, people will think of it in the wrong way. So therefore, these pains have come upon me. Pyaro Sachi Gal, the truth is, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, they take the pains. Guru Sahib takes the difficulties of their devotees. They take them upon themselves just to give bliss. This is the love of the Guru. That's just like a mother. A mother will go, and so just so the child will not have to suffer, the mother will work harder. The mother will get a better earning so their children can have a better livelihood, a better lifestyle. The mother will take the pains, but the child can be happy. In this way, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha is giving a lesson. They're giving hope, and they're taking the pains of their devotees. Pyareo Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, after a day or so, the smallpox spread to their entire body. Pyareo, and the Ityas goes that when the Guru Sikhs gathered and they said, who will be the next Guru? You do not have any children. And Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Pacha, and surely they knew the words of their great-grandfather, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Sache Pacha, and they said that their youngest son, Tegh Bahadur, will become Guru, who actually would become their grandfather's, it would be their grandfather's younger brother. And they said the words, Baba Bakala, before they left this physical body. and they went into merging into Akal Purkh, and the light passed on into Guru Tegh Bahadur Sache Paatshah Ji, who was sitting in that beautiful city of what's today known as Baba Bukala Sahib. But pyareo, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah Sachi Gal hai jis ditha sab dukh jaye. Looking upon them, the Sikhs of Delhi, all across Delhi, celebrate these events even till today, and many Gursikhs, they experience that same liberation of physical diseases, physical pains, mental pains, and spiritual liberation today as well through Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah. One thing I want to add on here is, don't go into this doubt that just because one person of this Gursikh was a great Gursikh and he died, he or she passed away because of a physical disease or an illness, or why I'm a Sikh, why am I contracting, does Guru Sahib not take care of me? But that's not the case. Physical illnesses will come and go. Guru Sahib has the ability. You as a Gursikh, if you're not contracting it, it's your job to go out and follow the footsteps of Guru Sahib and serve the Panth, serve the world as much as you can. Recite God's name, write this Gurbani to people so they can read Gurbani and truly reach salvation inside. Deep down inside, get the darshan. Have that vision of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah, and you'll be liberated. But just not from the physical diseases. You can be. I'm not saying you can't be. You can be. The physical diseases can be taken away by Guru Sahib, depending on what your karma is, depending on what you are meant to be going through. But the truth is, sometimes this pain becomes a medicine to us to truly liberate us. Sometimes this physical illness around us, it reminds us of our true path and forces us to recite God's name right away, because or else we think, well, I have my entire life is going to come. But truth is, death is always on top of your head. Death can come at any moment. Har japdiyan khin til na kijei meri jindadiye, so aave ke na aave ram. Who knows if the next breath is going to come outside of you? Pyareo, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah is blessing us even today with this realization. So in today's day, when we are facing these similar things, maybe not to that extent, maybe to a different, greater extent, Pyareo, Naam is going to be the true answer. This time is not the time to doubt Gurbani, be like, where is Guru Sahib now? Or to challenge, why is Gurbani not helping people? But Gurbani, Sachi Galya, helps you of all pains, physical, mental, spiritual, the pain of the Jamdoots when the messengers of death are going to be coming and ripping your soul from your physical body. Pyaro, that pain cannot be endured. Jam ka thenga bura hai, oh nahi sahiya jaye. But Pyaro, Sachi Galya, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Sache Paatshah and Guru Sahib's Naam, the name of God, it frees you. Jekar Sahib manu na visre ta sehla marna hai. We do not know when we're going to pass away or how it's going to happen. And we're not concerned by that, to be honest. Why worry about something that's going to happen anyway? Chinta taki kijiye jo anhoni hoy. Why worry about death when it's going to happen? Accept it as God's will. Live in God's will. But truly, when you connect to Naam, when you connect to Guru's love, then when that time comes and you are soaring in these beautiful realms of God's bliss, of spirituality, then when you pass away, it's intuitive, it's blissful, and your entire life is blissful. So Pyareo, let's implement this. Let's take this into account today. Be aware of it. Put it into practice. And spread it to all those around us, those that might be panicking. Guru Sahib is the beacon of hope. Khalsa Panth is the beacon of hope. So Pyareo, inniyan bentiyan karde hain while talking, while speaking. I've made many mistakes. If I've said anything wrong, please forgive me. Sadh Sangat ji, Fateh Parwan Karne ji. Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki Fateh.